And now, the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Sprite.
Nearly time for the postseason, but still a few more games to play. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal here on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Warriors in Oakland. And for Golden State, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well. And they're looking to build on that tonight. Let us talk about Steph Curry, Shaq. He continues to set records. In last season's playoffs, just the second player in NBA history with 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 7 threes in one game.
Ernie, his shooting touch gets all the attention, but he's also a great rebounder and a great passer at the point guard spot. He was a little upset last season. The GMs ranked him the 3rd best shooting guard in the NBA. Maybe not the classic pass first point, but he's a playmaker as well as a scorer.
What does it sound like when he hits one of those threes?
Yakum.
Anything else?
Splakakatayow.
That's more like it. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Basketball at Oracle Arena, the home of the Warriors in Oakland, California. Live on 2K Sports. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. We look at Memphis. Presently in 5th place in the West, they're definitely a tough team to deal with.
Yeah, Kevin, this is a season series that has not gone well for this club. They're 0-2 right now against this opponent, and this is the last opportunity they'll have to get a win.
Yeah, this is a proud team. I mean, all pro teams typically are, so getting swept definitely would not sit well with them. I look for them to pull out everything they've got in their arsenal to try to prevent being swept.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Zebo and Marcus All are up front. Allen and Prince on the perimeter, and it's Galathis in at point. Andre Iguodala spent 8 seasons of his career in Philadelphia. Steve, a tough sports town, and he said he felt wrongly criticized.
Well, at times people called him overpaid. They wanted more out of him in terms of being a star and a scorer. That's not really who he is. I mean, it's his all-around game that makes him special, his great defense, his ball handling, but not necessarily his scoring.
Now Randolph, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Prince's shot is good. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Outside Curry. Kicks it to Spates. Inside, Thompson, and he gets it to go. Thompson's got 5 points so far.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Golden State's head coach and I were able to chat. He brought up Marc Gasol, a kind of sleeper player he thinks could give them trouble. Coach said he's a guy 7 foot plus. He's very skilled, can shoot and finish over either shoulder, and he doesn't shy away from contact. He's a guy you have to really pay attention to. And I've told our guys, we can't let him have a big game. Fellas, we'll see how they do against him.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Allen kicks to Prince. Into Marc Gasol. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layups. Earn it from the line.
This is his first free throw of the game. The first one falls. No good on the second free throw. The Warriors packing Oracle Arena with plans for a new arena on the San Francisco waterfront by 2018. I've seen pictures. It's going to be beautiful.
Oh, I can only imagine one of the great fan bases in all of basketball. Change of location from their original intended spot on the piers, the spot known as Mission Bay, about a mile south.
And a new coach.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's Prince. Andrew Bogut making his last shot. Prince kicks to Galathis. A three-pointer is right on target. Galathis has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Warriors trailing.
Well, you look at the hurdles the Warriors had faced with their planned arena site on the piers. Political, bureaucrats, financial issues, and the cost of renovating the piers. But with their new site, those issues pretty much gone. Easy to see why they went in another direction.
And here is Prince after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson.
Well, the big fella's showing us a little explosiveness for a change.
Well, maybe Clarkie's working on his dunk skills because he looked perfectly at home right there.
Now, sometimes he can climb those, so I'm glad to see him get that one down.
Here's Curry. The Grizzlies making the shot. Spates sets a screen. Curry dishes to Spates. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And for the Warriors, a new line called the Central Subway, under construction, is expected to have a stop a block away from the new arena, so really good public access when that happens. And that's really good to hear, especially for Oakland fans still hoping to attend the game.
Golden State's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. The screen from Thompson. Spates the pass to Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And there's the rejection. Galathis kicks to Prince. Thompson with the block. Prince against Curry. Unloads from 9 and off the front iron, and in it goes. Curry's got his first basket of the night.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Different look here for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Bogut. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Carter comes in for Tayshaun Prince. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Adams in for Nick Galathis. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
Harrison Barnes, the 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. He's got prototypical size and athleticism for that small forward position. Still developing his overall game, but he's got enormous potential.
And Barnes, the top overall recruit in the nation coming out of high school in 2010.
Yeah, and really high expectations for him from a relatively young age. There's been some disappointment in his development, but with his work ethic, I think it's short-lived.
Here is Livingston. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Nobody near Barnes. Off target from three-point range. Memphis leading. Lee outside. That drive by Carter.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
As a team, they're down there around 72% from the stripe.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Warriors have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Livingston dishes to Rush. Here's the three. And the slam dunk by Spates.
Boy, terrific rebound and slam on the putback. He never gives up, always persistently pursuing the pumpkin.
And that's an essential quality for an offensive rebounder. An outstanding offensive rebounder that he is.
Yeah, he's got to go after it, and he does.
Yeah, he qualifies as one of the best in the league.
Here is Livingston. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. In low to Spates. Lee outside. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Grizzlies out in front. They lead by a bucket. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California.
On tap this Wednesday, April 15th, Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets go on the road to battle the Toronto Raptors. Live from Air Canada Centre. Do not miss it.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Grizzlies.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, and the fact that they're playing well close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Well, loss or no loss, that was a fantastic game, Clark. They can be proud of the way they battled at least.
I suppose, but Steve, it still was a really heartbreaking loss. I mean, you hate to lose in overtime. No matter how hard you played, it still leaves you very empty and disappointed when you come up short.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson and Barnes, the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Green and Bogut. And it's Livingston in at the point guard. Now, here's Thompson. Vince Carter missing his last shot. Livingston passes to Green. On the wing, Thompson. They get it back. Livingston kicks to Green. Tries again. Shot is off.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
And it's Kufas missing.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Andre Iguodala is perhaps the premier wing defender in the league. Dre himself said, "I used to always joke with my coaches, I could play defense in my sleep. But it's not just natural ability," he said. "There's another me in the league. They have the same things. Long arms, quick feet. They can defend. They just choose not to do it." Kevin?
It comes from within, Doris. Thank you. Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Barnes, and Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Memphis also making some changes. Marcus Saul is checked in for Kufis, and Allen subbed in for Carter. Grizzlies have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight. That free throw from Lee is good. And both free throws good for Lee.
Boy, that was solid. I tell you, he's one of the best there is up there at the foul line.
Thompson outside. Curry a screen on Lee. Thompson. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Well, it's really hard to find a more pure, accurate shooting stroke than Klay Thompson's. I mean, every season over 40% from distance, but he's working to diversify his offensive game. You know, he's posting up and using his ball handling skills to get inside some.
Here's Calathes. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Thompson in the corner. Golden State moving it around. Green dishes to Thompson. He's looking for Bogut and finds him. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And Thompson worked hard on his explosiveness and finishing. He predicted, Steve, a poster dunk last season and delivered against Kyle Singler. Remember that of the Pistons?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, he's been trying to go inside more. And last year he thought, you know, he'd have to work at it to get to the line more. Only averaged about 2 free throw attempts per game for his career. So that's the next step for him to be more aggressive attacking.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Well, Andrew Bogut possesses really great size and above-average athleticism, but I really think it's his basketball IQ that sets him apart. He's got outstanding instincts, especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Warriors have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Deflects the pass, and he pounds that one in.
Back and forth we go. That basket gives us just another lead change.
And there have been too many of those to keep track of. What a contest.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. We talk about Bogut's IQ of the game. Steve, a great passer offensively.
He is. He's one of those guys who has a good feel for the game. He sets good screens. He understands angles. He's got a lot of veteran tricks about him. You know, things that maybe the referees don't catch. So a guy who can really help your team win.
Here's Calathes. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. And a wide-open look for Lee. And again, Memphis no good.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Iguodala left side. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Lee passes to Calathes. And he lays it straight in. Calathes has got his second basket of the night.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Prince kicks to Gasol. Pass to Lee. Lee with another miss.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
Back to Curry. Clock at 6. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Let's see some of the numbers here on Tayshaun Prince. How the second half is shaped up for him. Averaging 9 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And when you take his overall contributions on the whole, he's been putting up some pretty good numbers, but I think he can do more.
And Steve, sometimes that's just part of the game, weathering periods where your stats might not show all of what you're doing on the floor.
Memphis has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And a wide open look for Lee. Again, the miss by Lee.
You know, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there, not yet anyway. I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Now here's Lee. 7 points in the game. Allen kicks to Gasol. Kicks it out to Allen. Beyond the arc. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Nick Calathis.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with the win.
And you just had to admire the versatility they showed offensively that day.
Yeah, their scoring came from all over the place. If one approach didn't work for them, they found another that did.
And the Warriors with some changes. Spates checked in for Bogut. Harrison Barnes comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Rush in for Klay Thompson. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Randolph comes in for Tayshaun Prince. Carter, he's checked in for Nick Calathis. And it's Adams in for Lee. Now here's Curry. He had 25 points in the win against Minnesota.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the ball, just racking up the assists. Boy, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
And here is Adams. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep. Here's Kufis. The Warriors pull it in. Spates has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Iguodala, and it's blocked. Here's Kufis, guarded by Curry. It's Allen on the wing. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
Now here's Randolph. 4-point game. And again, Memphis no good.
Their free throw attempts have really fallen off here in the second quarter. Not as aggressive.
Yeah, if they want to avoid going into the half with this deficit, they need to stop settling for these long jump shots and attack the rim. Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Out to the right wing. Kufis dishes to Carter. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest seemed easy.
Here's Curry with the 3. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we're through 2 here in a good one. Warriors lead by 2. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, here with Stephen Curry. And Steph, you've had to deal with a lot of defensive pressure. What do you need to do to counteract that?
I just got to slow down. I mean, they're playing good defense, trying to track the ball screens and take them on the 3-point line. But, you know, just got to be aggressive, keep getting shots up, making the right plays, and they'll turn around.
Steph, thank you so much. Kevin, it's not easy in the NBA.
All right, Doris, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway. The 3rd quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
The Warriors leading. Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. Allen and Prince on the perimeter. Zebo and Marc Gasol are up front. And it's Calathis in at the point. Now, here's Thompson. 6 to shoot. Good. Curry's got the first bucket of the 3rd here for the Warriors.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Prince, the pass to Calathis. Pass to Randolph. Calathis kicks to Randolph. Releases. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Nick Calathis.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
Zach Randolph is a terrific rebounder and scorer. In his prime, you could just mark up 20 points and 12 rebounds a night, every night. He's a little bit on the downside now, but still a player you've got a game plan for.
Now here's Curry, averaging 22 points a game. The Grizzlies pull it in. Randolph's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Allen's shot is off.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
And Randolph, now 33 years old, had that knee injury a couple seasons back.
Yeah, his rebounding remains excellent, but we've seen his scoring wane just a bit, both in volume and the percentages. Not quite the go-to scorer he was a few years back, but still very effective player.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Tony Allen. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Lee outside. Here's Randolph. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Randolph's got 6.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
Outside Curry. Takes the 3. Again, Curry missing.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
And here are the Warriors now, following the score by Memphis. Thompson dishes to Curry. Second chance shot. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. The Warriors shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. That one misses for Spates. Memphis trailing here. That's a 2 from Lee. Again, Memphis.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Here is Livingston. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Thompson passes to Bogut. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Bogut's got 7.
When the size advantage is that pronounced, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Now here's Randolph. He's got 6. Good. Randolph's got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies.
And that was very confident offense right there.
Livingston kicks to Green. Livingston dishes to Spates. Green with a screen on Randolph. There's the double team with Randolph. Thompson for 3. Second shot opportunity, and Bogut finishes inside. 9 points in the game so far.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Coathis, no luck. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Green, the pass to Thompson. Shoots from 12. That one off the back iron and out.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. Totally collapsed the defense on him. People knew that he could shoot the ball coming out of college, but I don't think teams knew that Klay Thompson would develop into the dead-eye shooter that he's become. He is a flat-out laser. He can go to get into zones where he just doesn't miss, whether he's open or well guarded.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Coathis kicks to Lee. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Bogut.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
The dish to Green. It's Thompson off the drive. That one rolling around and rims out.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
It's Prince on the wing. Inside to Randall. And stolen by Spates. There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. Dishes to Green. 11 feet away. Good on the jump shot. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
Here's Lee. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Lee's got 11 points. Warriors leading by 4. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Livingston dishes to Spates. Into Green. And stolen by Prince. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Gasol. And it's Spates with the rebound. Spates has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Thompson. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Lee goes in. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Warriors on top, leading by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California.
Wednesday, April 15th, Paul Millsap and the Atlanta Hawks take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. Hoops action.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Really excellent feed here, and I know we're used to seeing this guy score, but he is no slouch at creating passes and opportunities for his teammates, and he showcases that skill right here on that replay.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Iguodala and Barnes slotted in at the forwards. Rush out there with Steph Curry. And it's Green in at the center. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Here's Rush. Now the feed to Green. Here's Iguodala. Kuzma with the block. It's rebounded by Golden State. Iguodala's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
What a great game for Randolph in this one. He's got 8 points and a block. He's been tough on the inside and displayed great vision with his passing, too.
Yeah, he's giving them a little bit of everything, guys.
That free throw, no good. And the Warriors making a change here. Thompson's checked in. So he comes up empty at the line. There's the pass to Barnes. Iguodala kicks to Green. Back to Iguodala. Some nice passing by Golden State here. 6 on the shot clock. Curry's shot is off.
He's playing selfishly now, guys. He's just trying to get as many shots up as he can. Doesn't look at all concerned about his teammates.
Now here is Carter. Back to Adams. Nobody near Allen. And the shot is long.
Not a good look at the hoop. They've got to do a better job offensively creating some space.
Curry's shot is good.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
During that break, Coach Dave Yeager had some words for his team. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Carter.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Barnes kicks to Thompson. Passes to Curry. Lets it go with a 3. That's good. Curry's got the lead up to 6 now for the Warriors.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
Really left alone that time. 9 points for Vince Carter.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Of course, they have to stay hot, but if they do, I think you're right, Clark, particularly if they can convert defense into offense.
And here is Barnes. Vince Carter getting it to go from deep. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
Well, remember, he made 2 3-pointers in the first half, but has not been able to get anything to fall here in the second.
Here's Randolph, and he gets it to go. And it's now only a 1-point Warrior lead. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside Curry. Barnes sets a screen for Curry. Along here, Iguodala as he lets it go. His three-pointer's off the mark. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Allen kicks to Adams. Carter drives in. Back to Adams. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And Thompson kicks to Barnes. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark and Steve. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Boy, after all this energy that both teams have expended, you're right, Clark. This would be a tough one to lose.
The Warriors trailing. Timeout called the Warriors.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the timeout and give yourself a chance to regroup.
And the Warriors with some changes. Andrew Bogut checked in for Green, and Spates subbed in for Barnes. Memphis also making some changes. Marc Gasol's checked in for Koufos. Prince comes in for Vince Carter. And it's Nick Calathes in for Adams. Thompson in the post. And Spates has it in the corner. Outside Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Bogut. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
We've seen Andrew Bogut getting it done. 9 points, and he's made some good decisions with the basketball, too.
Well, being smart is what it's all about for him, Clark. I mean, he's a decision maker. He's a playmaker. He has to make good decisions. That's what he's doing here so far.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. Can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. Prince misses. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Feeds it to Bogut. Thompson outside. Spates against Gasol. And fouled hard that time. No, get to the line and shoot 2. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Grizzlies.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on it.
And both free throws good for Spates.
Boy, he looked cool on both of them, didn't he? Clutch work at the line in a very tense moment of the game.
Grizzlies have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Prince misses. The Warriors have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Curry passes to Thompson. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. On its way from Curry for 2. Releases from the wing and drills it. Curry's got 11 points here in just the second half. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Prince. He feeds it to Coletas. Nobody near Allen. And again, Memphis no good.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway.
Not a lot stopping him here in the fourth. He's now 4 for 5.
Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
Now they've got to focus, make sure this is a good, solid possession. They can take control of this game.
And that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
He adds to their lead with a couple of solid free throws. Not much time to work with. They need a basket here.
Yep, they've got to get a steal or foul to stop the clock.
And he gets it to go. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And I'll tell you what, those 2 free throws give them some much-needed breathing room, guys. It's now a 2-possession game.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're losing by 5. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, the way to go here, you got to get a quick basket and then a foul. That's the only course of action at this point.
And it's key who they foul. Don't send an excellent free throw shooter to the line here.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're behind by 7. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, this one's out of reach, so I'm not sure why they're calling the timeout here. Maybe just to try to work on something, maybe an out-of-bounds play or something.
Well, they might as well talk about what movies they want to see or what they want to surf on the internet, because this one's done, boys.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Congratulations on this win tonight, Stephen, and tell us a little bit about the driving philosophy behind how this team strives to be the most cohesive unit possible.
To me, it's a commitment. We know that that's going to put us in good position to win every single night. Is if we bring the effort, multiple efforts at each possession, where you might get beat, but you got to get back in the play, and God's going to help you, you help him. We care about each other, so we want to make sure that nobody's left out to dry, and I think that's a big factor. And we're just relentless on defensive end.
Congratulations, Steph. Great job, guys. Over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry.
Yeah, another one of them flip mode joints. Bust the vibes, y'all. Word mother, y'all. Check it out, y'all. Just sing to the right, sing to the right. Make it feel good, make it feel alright. One time, feel good, yeah, y'all. Bust the rhymes in the place, y'all. Nigga, you feel real good.
Presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, and by my side is Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to 2K Sports, the NBA season wrapping up, and you can just feel the anticipation for the playoffs. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Grizzlies out in Memphis. And for Memphis, they've had their moments this season. There have been some real bright spots to help them get to the fifth best mark in the Western Conference. Memphis is a tough team. They play at the grindhouse. They like to try to wear you down. Really playing good team basketball. Do they have enough to win a title with this roster?
I believe that they can. You know, this team is really built for the postseason. But, and this goes for a lot of teams, if they can get hot, Ernie, they can beat anyone.
Wow, that's saying a lot, though. I mean, a lot of teams can say it, so what's going to be the difference between them being a contender and being an actual champion?
Well, truthfully, they probably need one more piece in my book. You know, they need a leading scorer to help their offense. But, again, if they get hot, they can beat anybody, Ernie.
And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
Live from Memphis, Tennessee, at the home of the Grizzlies, we're broadcasting from the FedEx Forum. And so for the Grizzlies, their last game, a loss to Golden State in Oakland.
And Kevin, when you don't take advantage of your trips to the free throw line, which they definitely did not, it's tough to recover from.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, they left a lot of cheese and lettuce at that foul line, partner.
Not to mention some ham and turkey, Club.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Paul George is the 3 with David West at the 4. Adney Stuckey out there with George Hill. And it's Hibbert in at the 5, down low.
Roy Hibbert, the big dog, number 55 for the Pacers, is 7'2", and is a little too big for king-size beds. Every time the Pacers go on the road, he has to take along a special inflatable mattress that he likes to sleep on. It's one of the downsides to living large.
Allen outside, 16 feet away, and the rebound goes to the Pacers. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of what was some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. I mean, it was really shocking how many free runs to the hoop they got.
And Hibbert's father stands 6'2", and Steve, his mother, is 6'1". But Roy obviously towers over both of them.
Well, he towers over everybody, Kevin. I mean, you know, you look at the family roots. His parents came from the Caribbean. And Roy actually played one game for the Jamaican national team back in 2010. And unfortunately, that actually may rule him out of playing for Team USA. So a very interesting sort of international background there. Well, for Paul George, his leap last season, not just about accentuating his strengths, but also cutting back on the negative plays, in particular, lowering his fouls and turnovers while he was on the floor.
And George drops them both. And for Paul George, looking to cut down on his turnovers, some of that was not forcing the pass when it wasn't there.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that he really has to tighten up on. He had this terrible habit of throwing this one-handed bowling bounce pass that never found its target. So, PG, if you're listening, get rid of that bounce pass for me, partner.
He's not only listening, he's playing. He's playing the game right now.
He's the real deal, though. He's one of the more enjoyable guys to watch and to hang out with. Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And he gets it to go.
Well, they needed that one finally. That's just 1 of 5 now overall.
Pacers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Earlier, I spoke with Frank Vogel. On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block in the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second-chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20 and 10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Hill, following the basket by Marc Gasol. And the shot is good.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Allen, averaging 8 points a game. The Pacers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Outside Hill. Stuckey against Allen. Shot clock at 6. And it's Hill penetrating. And he gets it to go. Hill's got his second bucket.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Calathes kicks to Prince. Good. It's Calathes who picks up the assist. Nice back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
Yeah, this could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
Can't hit. Some solid defense from Randolph. Memphis leading. Prince's shot is good. Prince has got 5 points so far.
Memphis knows what they are about, and that's attacking inside. They're an old-school team. They don't really stretch the floor with a ton of three-point shooting. They really try to beat you up inside.
Now here's Hibbert. He's coming off a 10-point game against Washington.
And he showed his versatility, Kevin, with the 4 blocks defensively.
Hill, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 4.
And as you said and documented quite well, the Grizzlies not a big outside shooting team. Last in the league in terms of both threes made and taken last year.
Here's Stuckey. Finished off the break. Stuckey's got his first 2 points.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And for the Grizzlies, you would think they would want to add a shooter to stretch the floor for their bigs, but they don't need it.
Well, Memphis takes enough threes just to keep teams honest against them. But I think, Kevin, it always helps to have an extra shooter, whether it's a stretch 4 or somebody in the backcourt.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Carter comes in for Zach Randolph. Lee's checked in for Tony Allen. And it's Adams in for Nick Calathes. Now, here is George. Last game he had 13. Pass to Miles. Screen by Scola. Miles dishes to Scola. Lee against Miller. Can't get it to go. And Memphis the other way now. The Pacers beat them last time when these two teams met in Indiana.
Was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case. That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. So important to battle on the boards. And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. They can earn it at the line.
Indiana shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Well, pretty good numbers this season at the line for this club. Right around 78% as a team.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results. He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Lee, that's good.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
Here's George, averaging 16 points a game. It's Miller on the wing. For the 3, and it's blocked by Adams. It's a tie game in Memphis. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra pass, and found open shooters that whole quarter.
Yeah, it's been a complete team effort out there. Great to watch.
And for Memphis, they're shooting not great, 40% for the game. We've got Tayshaun Prince. Adams is out there with Lee. Then there's Kufis, and it's Carter in at the 3. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Indiana trailing here. Miller kicks to Mahimi. He feeds it to Miles. There's the dish to George. And that one's good. George has got 6 points.
C.J. Miles.
Here's Adams looking for his first basket still in this one.
You have to wonder, as we've seen Paul George go from good to great and then from great to fantastic the last couple of seasons, what's his ceiling? I mean, with his size and skill set, there's very little that he can't do on the floor.
Pacers shooting 43% from the field. Miller, the pass to Miles. It's Miller on the wing. Miles dishes to Mahimi. On the wing, Miller. It's rebounded by Memphis. And it's Lee penetrating. And it's sent back by George. Miller kicks to George. Feeds to Scola. Dishes it to George. Shot clock at 6. From the arc. And it's George again missing. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Miller outside. Screened by Scola. Now Miles. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. That gives them the lead. And the Pacers lead by 2.
The lead changes hands once again. There has been no separation between these two teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball game, that's for sure.
Here's Kufis. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, you look at Kosta Kufis, drafted 23rd in 2008 by Utah after just 1 year at Ohio State. Kind of drifted around. Started in Denver. Last season he played valuable minutes in Memphis when Marc Gasol went out, and I think he's maybe found a home there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Marc Gasol's checked in for Prince. Allen comes in for Courtney Lee. And it's Nick Calathes in for Adams. Now here is Hill. Against Washington, he was really on his game. Offensive rebound. Stuckey passes to Hill. Back to Stuckey. Here is Miles, defended by Carter. And Miles kicks to Hill. And then Hibbert with the dunk. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
And Kufis, a nice compliment to Marc Gasol, backing up that center position.
Well, Gasol, has that size to battle bigger centers inside, and then, Kufis, who can at times struggle in strength matchups, really has great quickness. So an excellent defender for a 7-footer, defending pick and rolls, the versatility to make rotations, slide across the lane and get rebounds. This guy's a very good backup center in the league.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at it.
Well, true. The defenders shouldn't relax just because he missed that one. He's capable of getting hot in a hurry.
Calathes, no luck. Indiana's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Miles. Hibbert inside. Kufis is there. Hill dishes to Hibbert. Hill kicks to Stuckey. It's back to Hill. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Stuckey against Carter. Stuckey drives inside. And Allen with the block. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. That's in there. Carter with the assist. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Well, they've really kind of struggled offensively here. So I think this timeout is for him to really draw something up, maybe get an easy 2 and get their confidence back.
You know, sometimes an easy basket out of a break is just what you need to get things back on track. And coaches always have plays specifically for that situation, coming out of timeouts for an opportunity to get a bucket.
Now here's Stuckey. He's coming off a 10-point game against Washington. Here's West. He trains the turnaround jump shot.
Such a difficult shot to defend, that turnaround.
Grizzlies have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He said to them, goal number 1 is to drive the lane and put pressure on them inside. That's where he wants their scoring to come from. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
And as always, Doris, thank you. Now here's Randolph, following the miss by David West. Carter for 3. The Pacers pull it in. Hill's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
The Grizzlies have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Well, this is something they'd like to improve, guys. About 72% on their free throw percentage for the season.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Hibbert. Scola comes in for West, and it's George in for C.J. Miles.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
And those could be an important 2 points, too, guys, in a close game like this one.
Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Hill passes to Scola. That puts them in the lead. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom. Nick Calathis really knows how to share the sugar.
And the first half ends in a close one. Grizzlies lead by 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Roy, what's been working out here in the first half for you guys?
We're limiting them to one shot, trying to get in their passing lanes, make everything tough for them on ball. If we keep this up, we'll be all right tonight.
Roy, great job in the first half. We'll see if you can sustain it. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, the defensive effort and intensity has been fantastic, and you can tell he's really inspiring his team with his play.
Yeah, his emotion and his production. He's been patrolling the court, blocking shot after shot out there, and he's really made a statement with his defensive effort.
Here's Calathis on the court for Indiana. Down low, West and Hibbert. Rodney Stuckey out there with Hill. And it's George in at the small forward. Calathis no luck. Indiana trailing here. Stuckey into the lane. Outside Hill. West setting the pick for Hill. Right side George. Clock at 4. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, George Hill, extremely efficient. He's really good in terms of his shot selection. Doesn't try to do too much. As a matter of fact, I'd like to see him do a little more because he's capable of scoring from anywhere on the court when he's aggressive.
It's a close game here in Memphis. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Prince against George. Hibbert dishes to George. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight. That's good. Now it's a 4-point Grizzly lead.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now, here is George. He's got 10. Stuckey into the lane. And George kicks to Stuckey. No good on the triple. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Allen in the post, defended by George.
Oh, he knows that one should have gone in. That hurts.
Pass to Hill. Grizzlies with the rebound. Randolph's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Look out, guys. I mean, I think there's a lot more where that came from. When he gets it going like this, it is not easy to slow him down.
Now here's West, averaging 13 points a contest. Outside, George. Hill kicks to George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got assist number 5 here tonight.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
And there's the pass to Prince. No good from outside. Pacers trail by 3. The drive by Hill, and Allen with the block. But they get it back. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter, 50% from the field. And the shot is good. Allen's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over.
Well, you know, he almost seems to enjoy those mismatches, Steve. It gives him a chance to show what a strong finisher he is.
Timeout called the Pacers.
You can tell he's in a lot of pain. They'll take a timeout so that trainer can help him out.
Some changes here for the Grizzlies. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Adams comes in for Tayshaun Prince. And Lee's subbed in for Allen. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahimi's checked in for Hibbert. Scola comes in for David West. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And Andre Miller has subbed in for George Hill. Now here is Miller, averaging 6 points per contest. Miles the pass to Scola. From 13, and he hits the jump shots. Scola's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's Miller after the made shot from Zach Randolph. Miller dishes to Scola. Fast break Memphis, pushing it up. Lee gets the bucket. Now it's a 5-point Grizzly lead.
They get 4 of their last 5 scores coming from fast breaks. They're really getting it up and down now. Look like they're on roller skates out there.
Now this is a team that looks to run at every opportunity. As soon as the rebound is secured, everyone is turning and flying.
Stolen by Randolph. They get a hand on it. To the middle. Here's Mahimi. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Some changes for Memphis. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Kukas. And it's Carter in for Adams. In Indiana with the change here too. Stuckey's checked in.
Been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
Scola sets a screen for George to the left side wing. Passes to Miller. Back to George. Shot clock at 5. Can't get it to go. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Lee gets the bucket. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Miller kicks to Scola. He dishes it to George. Miller with a screen on Carter. Here's Stuckey. Coathis grabs the board.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
He kicks it to Carter. Lee goes in. And he overshot that one, missing.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Memphis out in front, leading by 5. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And a moment here to look back at our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, no question this was going to be the winner. Just take a look at the expertise he shows on this pass. Perfectly timed and beautifully placed.
Pacers trail by 5. They've got Carter. Tayshaun Prince out there with Marc Gasol. Then it's Lee, and it's Allen in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Now here's Hibbert. Hill passes to George. 6 on the shot clock. Offline with his 3.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yep, I thought so too, Clark. Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Here's Hill. Stuckey outside. Hill kicks to Scola. Indiana moving the ball around. Stuckey dishes to George. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. 15 points here for George.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Allen kicks to Gasol. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
The Pacers making a change here. West is checked in. Pacers trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Stuckey left side, right wing. Shoots from the baseline, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Boy, bad timing. Now is not the time to be giving him that shot.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, guys, over that last break, I listened to Dave Yeager address his team. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying, all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high-percentage looks.
Thanks, Doris. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Excellent use of the screen that time. And that's now 17 points for Paul George. Memphis leading by 4. Lee kicks to Carter. Back to Lee from downtown. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
West setting the pick for George. West passes to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. George missing again. For Memphis, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Allen dishes to Gasol. Excellent D there from George.
And this is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
Hibbert with a screen on Lee. Lee with the steal. Gasol kicks to Allen. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. And it's a 9-point Grizzly lead. And for the Pacers, they're shooting about 42% so far. Timeout called the Pacers. Zach Randolph's checked in for Memphis. Nick Galathis comes in for Lee.
Nick Galathis.
Memphis on defense. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. West, right side. It's tipped. Here's Hibbert. Another shot. Zach Randolph with the rebound. Randolph's got 6 rebounds in the game. It's Allen with the drive. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Yeah, he's surprised he didn't make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
Here's Hill. Outside for George. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Well, they're trying to come back here, but you've got to get a better look at the basket to get it done.
Randolph passes to Prince. And down it goes, jamming that one home. No challenge from the defense there, but could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner, going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Galathis kicks to Prince. Another miss by Prince.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Hill dishes to Hibbert. Outside, George. Stuckey into the lane. Shot clock at 6. The shot by George, no good.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Prince kicks to Gasol. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're down by 9. We've got 1:23 left to play in the final quarter. A minute 20 left to play in the final quarter. George, that's a 2-pointer. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Stuckey passes to West and slammed in for 2.
Boy, that was a massive impressive sequence of events there. Absolutely clutch defense to trigger the break.
And we've seen games decided on plays, Clark, just like that.
Effort and hustle plays often are big plays for a team.
Man, what a time to blow up a play and then turn it into a slam at the other end.
And he gets it to go.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
For Indiana, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. The shot is off. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Randolph dishes to Allen. Prince in the corner. Back to Allen. Fires from deep. Calathes, no luck. Indiana's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. That's tipped. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Allen drives in, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
Timeout call for Pacers. They trail by 9. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Well, this one's out of reach, so I'm not sure why they're calling the timeout here. Maybe just to try to work on something, maybe an out-of-bounds play or something.
Well, they might as well talk about what movies they want to see or what they want to surf on the internet, because this one's done, boys.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Koufos comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Adams in for Tayshaun Prince.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Here's Randolph, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
Here's Sloan. So it's Memphis picking up the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Mark, congratulations on this win. What was the key to getting the rhythm going for the team's offense?
Sharing the ball, just making the play, just, making each other better. Not always something really good, man. It gets contagious both sides.
Mark, thank you for the time. Guys, this is a heck of a big man.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Tony Allen.